Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get going on this. Where I left off, and I noticed when maybe I didn't save it correctly, but it didn't save my pieces there, so that's fine. We can add them back in. Um, I don't think I got too far with that. Was selecting the pieces for the different members, and we go to timber, right? This is under properties, and I pick the section database, and then you've got to find your. I'm going to do the glulam first, and of course I've already forgotten what it was. It says. I guess it says in these Oh yeah, 24FV4 24. All right, we're 22. 24F V4, I think that's our guy right there. Okay, so we pick that, and then you've got to initially make some estimate, and ideally what we want to do is probably design the size for each member. How many are there on here? Where's that picture? Six different glulam members, right? And we want to probably have a different size for each of them, or maybe it's not each of them, but at least, 3 or 4 different sizes. But initially, let's just give it one size, and I think I picked, this is based on the, 0.9 times the span, so I think my span was 24. Oh, I should have tried that. What is 0.9 times span? I didn't have a calculator the other day. 0.9 times 24 is actually 21 and a half. All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's go to 21 then. Can I do that? We'll put in a 21, and between a third and a fifth, a fourth is maybe still about 5 something. So I think I'll stick with, I can come over here, 5 and 1/8. Did I get an 1/8? Okay, and you do have to make sure, see, it doesn't give you any guidelines for the size for the glulam, so it's up to you to get the right size. It does have apparently built into it a table, because when it selects, back in the 84 code, when it selected them, it did find the right ones, but with the 94 code, I don't see any, there doesn't seem to be any way it automatically would, or it doesn't provide you with a number. So you got to make sure you get one that's the right size, because they're just not any size, right? 5 and 1/8 by, what did I say, 21? Hey, that is one. Okay, so we got we got one that's actually in the table. We said, as I remember, this was the density is, or the specific gravity was 0.5. 0.5 times 62 is maybe 30. I think I may just make it 35. Let's go with that. Multiples of 5. That'll include a little bit of moisture, maybe, or I mean, I tend to be a little bit conservative on numbers I'm not quite sure of. Okay, so we got 35. We got and that'll stick with it, as that'll be part of the material property, I think. All right, so where can I go? Add. Okay, so there it went, and then as long as I'm here, I might as well get the other members. They are hem-fur, as I remember. Where's hem-fur? Hem-fur, and I suggested using the SS. I think I said that because if you go down here, here's if you go to, that's N1, here's number 2. They don't have well, that looks like they have, oh, those are 4x. 3, 2x14. Oh, well. Yeah, maybe using number 2 would have been better. You want to switch to number 2s? What? No, let's not do that. The instructions say, I think I'm trying to follow my own instructions here. Maybe I better stick with that. I think it does say to use the select structural for some reason. Let's see where it says it. Yeah, hem for select structural. Okay, so you can see they're all in the table, right? But I'll stick with select structural. And here, oh, they're 12-foot spans, so let's make them a 2x10. And for hem fur, it is a little bit lighter, so I think that 25 is probably pretty close. Okay, so I'll add that guy in there. Now, I've got them, 2 of them selected here. I have to assign them to the members, right? So let's get our little groupies up here. That makes it a little easier to assign. So hem fur is already selected. Let's go ahead and, whoops, highlight that. There are the rafters. They're supposed to be hem fur. Assign to selected beams, it says down there. Assign, yes, boom. So there, it assigned them all. Oh, look, it even told me it did it. Good. And then we can get, it'll add on the joists. So let's add on the joists. Assign to selected. Assign, yes, boom. Okay, so we got all those assigned. Then we can go to the other guys here. To tell you the truth, what I would like to do is have a separate assign, rather than have them all together like I just did for the joists. I'd rather have a separate selection for every glue lamb, because I'm going to change the sizes of them. So, you know, I've already picked the size there. Right now I'll make them all the size, but eventually I want to go back and change the sizes. So let's go ahead and assign this. And I'm thinking I could go through those menus again. I'd have to pick a new glue lamb and then come back and reassign it and go back and forth and back and forth. The other way to do that, and maybe it's worth taking a look at here, is to do it with the, did I save that? Yeah, that's assigned. Okay, that's assigned. To do it with the, where is this thing? Command file. So if I click the command file here, I should get, it brought up on the other screen where you can't see it. There's a problem having 2 screens here. Let me show you what it just said. It wants me to save the model, and of course, yes, that's fine. That's saving that. With STAAD, it's not a bad idea to save it periodically, just in case it crashes. Let's see what we did. Okay, here we've got, there are all the definitions we made, and you notice they put an underscore in front of them. It does it by default. I didn't type that underscore in, but it automatically puts that underscore there. And whenever you specify them, you need to have that underscore on there. That's somehow the way it marks a group name. When it sees that underscore first, it knows it's a group name. So that's a little thing to remember. Okay, here are all the releases. These, right, okay, we don't want to mess with those, because that's a mix between all the different members. So I can't really. Here we've got the hem fur is specified as, this is the material specs. There's where I said the 2x there. And here, where's the other one? Oh, here's the glue lamb. Okay. and it's not a specific size. Then I come down here and I've got there's that glue lamp. That should be number 1, right? So these numbers that are there represent beam 1, right? I could actually, should be able to, replace them. If I can do this, did it type beam 1? Right, with beam 1. Okay, the next one were the joists. I might even, you can't type with these group names like this, you can't put them in a series. They're just one, I think, whenever you use them, it seems you can only specify one at a time. So I've got to then make a, if I want to do beam 2, let me see if I can do this from here. I've got to copy that, copy it, and then paste it. So I've got, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go back in and change these. Right? So that's a little bit faster, except I just screwed it up. Okay, what the heck? I was trying to do that. Am I getting them? Okay, so that took care of all of those. And this has the advantage that afterwards I can come back. All I've got to do is change that 21 to whatever depth I want. And it's very easy to change. And it's very easy to keep track of them because they're not all these numbers. I know exactly what they are, right, by the names. And I could hopefully even do that down here. Let's see if I can get away with that. It didn't. Did I get it? Okay. If I can remember the names we gave them. Yeah. Joists. I think it was plural. Come on, where's the S? And if I copy that and paste it, we can go back up and change that to rafters. Okay, so I've got all those guys in there. I've got the, okay, that shouldn't have changed the material properties. They weren't by, oh, you should also watch this. It looks like it's correct now, but sometimes STAAD gets the wrong number for E, and it gets it, if it's not the wrong number, it's just in the wrong units. I've noticed it'll drop it in KSI, even though I'm working in inches, everything's been specified in inches, suddenly, well, that is inches. It's in pounds, but suddenly it'll put that in kips instead of pounds. So it's like, it's way off. So always watch that. This is only in wood that it manages to screw that up, but of course. Okay, so there we got all our member properties. Hopefully you got that right. Material, oh, that went with it. Gotta make sure I get my materials now. There's the material, and then I've got to do the same thing here, even though these are all going to be the same. I've got to specify them as well. I did that right, didn't I? Member being 1. Okay, and then to home. And I didn't quite get it because alright, wait a minute. Shift and one further. Copy. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's see if we can get these guys on here. So there's 2, whoops, not 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I get it? Okay, good job. Okay, and material down here. Oh, okay, we could do that too, I guess. Let's get rid of all these numbers. Okay, member. This should be our, right, the choice. And see if we can get that. Copy. And rafters. Okay, so that makes this look a lot cleaner. I can tell what's what, and it should have. I mean, it was a little bit faster, maybe. So I think I got that. Let's save this. Go back and see if I did it right. Well, I screwed up something. What was that? Group name not defined. Oh, somebody misspelled something. Rafterers. Okay. Good. Nice that it caught it for me. Rafters. All right, we got that. Yeah, it's like any computer program of this nature. You got to be absolutely precise. You misspell something, you've blown it. It's not going to work, and hopefully it tells you, and you can fix it. It's pretty good about doing that. Okay. I don't know. You have not assigned this. This is for the, if you want to assign it. There's a web interface where you can have it in the cloud, I think, but I don't know why. I don't like to do that. Okay, so there we've got it. Let's see if we've actually got our properties. Oh, hooray! Ah, I'm so relieved. There they all are, and they're the two that we put in there. So we should be able to click on any one of these and see it. There it is. Man, I can't believe it. It worked. Okay, so we got all those guys. Check the last one too. Yep, okay. And these should be joists and rafters. Okay, so we're good so far. Okay, so we got all the material properties. Those include these materials. They should also be... This drives me crazy. By default, it'll stick this up here. You can delete them if you want, but they seem to come back. Make sure you don't delete the ones you want. And they show up, if you don't delete them, they show up in that other, although we just looked at that other list. They weren't there, were they, for the materials? But I think when you run the analysis, if you leave them in here, then they show up in that. I don't know. Anyway, that's maybe a little bit nicer to clean that up, perhaps just before you run it. Okay, I think we got everything else. The specifications, this is where I was saying I think I made a little mistake on the releases, but we'll see how to correct that in a minute. Supports we got. Oh, loading. We haven't done the loading yet. Okay. Loading. This is also a several step thing. First, you've got to define the load case. Then you've got to add the load amount, and then you've got to assign it to a an actual member. So first we start load cases, so we click on that. It's got to be highlighted, and then you come down here and you say add, and it brings up the load case. So let's do the rafter, let's do the roof, and then the floor. I mean, it doesn't matter what order you do them in. Oh, I'll tell you what, even better. Let's do the self load first. And this is just a title. I don't think it matters really. This is certainly only a title, but it is nice to have that title so you can remember what these loads are. So we'll call it self-weight. How about that? We'll do that one first. Okay, it'll calculate, STAAD is at least clever enough, having given it the densities, it'll calculate the self-weight of everything. Okay, so I've got that. I can add it. When I add it, it comes up over here. Okay, let's see. I can go through and do all the loads first and then go back and assign them. Maybe that's a little bit easier because this box is up here, so let's just go ahead and go through them all. It already came up with case 2. Okay, fine. Let's just go through case 2. Let's make that the dead load on the rafters. Okay, so we'll say dead load rafters. Or maybe let's just call it roof. Okay, the roof. Alright, so that's got that one. Then I can add that. It goes up over there. Let's stick with it. Let's get the roof all together. Roof live load. Oh, look at that. Okay. How do I label the other one? Okay. LR roof. Okay, good enough. Add that, and then we can do the floor. Is there a, well, dead load, I guess, first on the floor. Okay, that's the applied dead load on the floor, not the self-weight. So we add that, and then finally we'll have a live load on the floor. Okay, so we do that. Okay, live load on the floor. Okay, add that guy in there. Got them all. Okay, so 5 cases. I think that is it. Oh, actually, no, that is not quite it. There's one more, and that will be a combination case. And since our members are separated, we don't have any situations where we'd have to separate out the roof load and the floor load. I think we could just combine all of those cases because we'll only be applying the appropriate loads to the appropriate members. So I do want to combine all of that, and as long as I'm on here, we can do that. Right here it says define combinations, right? So define combinations. Combination load case 6, and these are all the loads I've got to choose from. If I hit this double thing, it'll pick them all. We're not going to put any factors on them. That would be LRSD, I guess. Gamma factors, or they put A for some reason. Because there's a separate load duration factor that we do put on them, but that's different. That's a load duration factor. Okay, so we got those. I think that's all we need. Bang, we got that. Okay, so now we've got all of our load cases. Now we've got to go back up, start at the beginning, and assign the members that each of these belong to. So I click it. Now you notice I'm clicking the load. Before I clicked this and said add. Now I click the load, right? And again I say add. And this time I should get a different menu. I get this one to add the actual loads. Okay, so this is self-weight. Okay, self-weight. That's what we want. It'll be in the Y direction, which is up and down. And it has a factor of 1, meaning it's not, if you put a factor of 2 on it, it would double the weight. Or 3, triple the weight, or 0.5, cut it in half. We just want the actual weight. The actual weight will be a factor of 1. You do have to remember to give it the negative sign. Y is up, so the load is down. You've got to give it that negative sign. Okay, add, close. Okay, then it comes up immediately with a little question mark. So the next level is select that and apply it. And I'm going to put that on everything, right? They all get self-weight. So I can use down here assign to view, assign, and it puts it on everything. Okay, so now the question mark's gone. Okay, so now we got to go through and do that to each one of these guys. The roof load, all right, let's see. We've got to add the roof load. It's not self-weight, it's, and where is this going? The load is being applied to the rafters on the roof and on the joists for the everything else on the floor. Not on the beams. The rafters go over and put the load on the beams, but the load goes directly on the rafters. So I only want to load the rafters. You've got a choice of 2 ways to do this. Well, 3 ways. One, you could calculate the load yourself and put it on as a distributed load. That would be, where is that? Member load. Member load would let you do that. You can give it a W1 load there. But you don't have to it will calculate it for you based on your joist spacing, which is kind of nice. And there are 2 ways it does that. One is with this, a floor load, which is in truth the more, I guess you'd say, the preferred way or the more accurate way, but it's also the much more cumbersome way. You've got to, as you can see, you've got to specify a ton of stuff here, a whole page full of things to do. The other way, which was kind of the traditional way, is the area method, which just calculates the area between that member and the next closest member, which you can see is a lot easier to do. It's less confusing, but it has one little, well, I'll show you. It makes a couple of shortcuts that are not quite accurate, but they're good enough for these joists. So first, I give it a load, right? What was the load? I think that's back on the assignment page here for the dead load on the, is that what I'm on? Dead load on the roof. It's 6 PSF. So again, okay, inches, pound per inches. Okay, so that is, good thing we noticed that, right? Wrong units. Let's get the right units. Try to remember where the heck the unit command is here. Let's try. Yeah, last time I looked at utilities for these things. Okay, it doesn't look like it's there. Oh, I think that's it. There it is. Input units. Okay, input units. What do we want? Feet and pounds. Okay, bang. All right, so now hopefully we've got that. Where was I? Roof, dead load, add. Let's go to area. And now it comes up in pounds. Okay, foot pounds. Oh, thank goodness. We at least notice that. And this is going to be 6 down, so -6. Got it. And it's in not the local z direction, but the global y direction. Global y means it'll be downward. Downward for the whole floor. You don't have to worry about. In this case, the members are all flat, so actually the local z would have been fine. But, you know, like if you had a roof and suddenly it were different, then your local z would be perpendicular to the slope of the roof, right? Not. Anyway, we want global y. We'll just keep it with that. Okay, so I got that. Add that on there. Okay, close. There it is with the question mark. This is going to be the rafters, right? Maybe I could pull up my, where's my friend here? Rafters, highlight. Okay. Did I say that? And assign to view? No. Assign to selected members. There we go. Assign. Yes. And there they are. So that got those. Okay, now let's go on. Got to go through these one at a time. Add. But maybe we'll get better as we go. Area. This is the roof live load, which I believe is 20. Okay. We're still in pounds. Good. -20. Okay. Global. Y. Add. Close. Select. This is still rafters. Highlight. That's still highlighted. Assign to selected. Assign to selected. Okay. Assign. Yes. Okay. You could do this, I mean, maybe it's just as easy with the rafters, perhaps, just to box them in. That will work too. You can select them like that. You don't have to be selecting them with the groups, but once I set up the groups, I kind of like to use them. Okay, so there was that. Now we're going to do the floor. Add. This is floor dead load, I hope. Area. Make sure I get my negative sign on there. Dead load, I think, was a little bit different, a little bit less. 5. Global Y. That's probably because roof dead loads usually include some gravel ballast, and the floor doesn't, so it's a little bit lighter maybe. Okay, did I do that? Good. Got it. Floor. Joist. Highlight. There they are. Okay, now I just remembered something. If I with this area load, like I said, it takes a member, and it goes to the next closest member on this side, and takes half the area. So what it does, you've got these joists, right, or rafters, and it'll go, if I want to do this one, it'll go halfway to there and halfway to there. It actually also goes, I think, halfway at the ends. I'm not certain about this, but I think it actually does this. So it would be taking that load and that load, right? And this little bit at the end for the joist, that makes no difference, right? That's not critical. That's not going to make any difference on the joist. It essentially loses a little piece of the load. But where it is kind of a hassle, where it does make a difference, in this floor plan anyway, is on this end one. Because it's going to take, although this is supposed to be a stairwell or something, it's supposed to be open. It won't know that that's open. There's no way you can specify that, no, don't take that side. So it'll go all the way to here and put a huge load on this joist, which will not be correct. So To avoid that, I'm just going to take that joist out of the game. Let's see, how do I do this? I think I do it like that. Okay, that was control, and I just took it out. So that'll mean that one joist is not going to get its load. It'll have the self-weight on it, but I know that joist. I mean, I could leave it in there and I'd know it was wrong, or I can take it out and I'd know it was wrong. If I leave it in there, it's going to always come up as failed. And when I search for failed members, it's always going to be in the way. So in my mind, it's better to take it out. When I'm going to make all these joists the same size anyway. I'm certainly not going to, make that joist a different size than the other joist. So I just won't use that joist to pick the size, obviously. Okay, so did I attach that to anything yet? Okay, let's put it on that. Assign to selected beams. Okay, remember what I'm doing here. Yes, okay, so we got it. Okay, now let's do the other floor. Load, add, area. So that's one of the glitches with the area command. With that other, if you use this, what was the other one? The floor load command. In all those options, there was a way to avoid that, I think. But it'd take you 15 minutes to figure it out, I have a feeling. It would me anyway. All right. 40 PSF. Okay. What do we do the other one at? 5, right? Okay. Negative 40. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay. Y. Add. Close. Select. Oh, great. We still have them selected. And assign to selected beams. Assign. Yes. Okay. Bang. Okay, so we got all the loads assigned. All right. I think we are about done. We could look at it, but I think what I'll do now is just run it. If there's a mistake or if there's something that I've forgotten, it'll come up and tell me. But that's the run analysis. If we just click it, if we click it, it comes up with a window that you can't see. And it says, you forgot to save it. Okay, yeah, thank you. Save it. Because everything you do there with that GUI interface, until you save it, it doesn't get written to that command file, which is a little bit of a worry. If you work for an hour and a half and forget to save it, and then suddenly your computer crashes, you lose everything. You don't have anything. So it's probably smart to, at least every 10 minutes or so, save it, regardless of what you're doing, just so you don't lose everything. Okay, so did that run? I said run. It did run, and for some reason it likes to put everything on this screen over here. Okay, so when it ran, it gave me this little thing, and it said I've got 2 errors. Okay, that's not good. That's very bad. We got to fix the errors. And to see, we can view the output. By default, with an error, it'll say that. The output, here we go, should show me what my errors are, and hopefully I can correct them. This warning will always come up if you use the area command. Okay, that's not an error. That's just, they're trying to get you to use the one-way load command in the floor load. And maybe someday I'll do that, but right. I'm stuck on area. Actually, it's easier. Okay, finish command in load data. Oh, how did that happen? Okay, well, the finish command should be at the very end of the file. Somehow, it's in the wrong place. I didn't do that, but somebody did. Above line contains erroneous data. that's at 181, you'd think it would go there. Oh, it does. Look at that. Huh. What a clever program. So here's the finish command. Well, what doesn't it like about that? Oh, it didn't get the load. It didn't get, no, it got the, that's the combination case. Okay, well, let's look at that. Maybe we can clean it up again a little. If we look at it, we might see what's wrong. Utilities, command file, go to the bottom. It's got a blank line at the end. I don't think that would screw it up, but we can take that out. The unit command is, it's stays in effect until you change it. So way at the beginning I have a unit command of inches and pounds, right? I don't think I have another unit command. I don't see one until there's no unit. So this is all in inches and pounds. Inches and pounds until I got down to here. Self weight. Okay, maybe it's not too critical with self weight, but I might as well change it right at the beginning of the all this stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to move this up there, and then I don't need it. I don't need it in all these other places, and I would rather, come on, I would rather not have it everywhere, because it's just redundant. It's not a mistake, but what did I just do? Somehow I don't think that was right. Okay, no, that was correct. I just did the unit command. I was looking for, alright, load 3. Okay, there it is up there. Oh, I moved it up there. Okay, and here it's, I don't need it. So I think I can delete it out of there. And below I don't need it. So I think I can delete it out of there. Just trying to make sure I don't delete something I don't want to delete. And here, area load on those. I could, you see it put them all in by the numbers. I could go back and change those, but I don't think I'll do that right now. That doesn't really matter. It just looks messy. Okay. Whoops, there's another one. So see, these are all just redundant. That's why I'm taking them out. They bother me. Okay, and we got down to, oh, I know what command's missing. There's no analysis command. It just has, okay, I see the mistake. That was my bad, as they say. Okay, come back, please. No, I don't want to do that. I forgot the analysis command. Okay, I just ran the analysis, but there should be a command that says do the analysis. Let's see where that is, and that would be, tell you what, let's go back here. I eventually want to use timber. Is that selected? Okay. And I do want to stick with the 94. See, it came up default 94 code. There are a lot of other specifications I can add, but initially I just want to say analyze. Ah, there we go. Okay, analysis commands, print all. You can see there are actually a lot of different analysis types that you can do. By default, it comes up to just the simple perform analysis, and that's what we want. We don't want cables. We don't want a p delta on this. We don't want a buckling analysis. We don't want nonlinear or any of that. We just want a regular analysis. Okay, so now it added that command. Should be good. Okay, let's run the analysis now and see if we have better luck. Again, it's over here telling me, I want to show you what it says. It says save it. Yeah, because I just added that command. Save it. If I pick save up here in the corner before I run it, it wouldn't fuss at me like that. But I guess I'm forgetful. Okay, let's see how we did this time. Ooh, a lot more things. It looks like it did something. 0 errors. Yay! 1 warning, which is that silly thing about area. We can look at it here. The warning area, that's the only warning. Ah, terrific. Okay, so it ran. Now, let's see what it did, just to make sure it was running correctly. If you right click, is it? I think that's what this is. You get this little pop-up menu here. And a very useful thing is this one, structure diagrams. You click on structure diagrams and it lets you look at a whole raft of things. I think we looked at this briefly the other day. You can, specify what like member numbers or beam numbers or that kind of thing you want. We had where are the releases? We were looking at releases the other day. There they all are. Okay, those are the releases I put on it. To check it, to make sure that it that I set up the model correctly, you could check a few things that one of the best things to check is probably your moment diagram, because basically what the moment diagram should look like. There's a picture of it right there. It's got to look like that. There's simple connections. It should look pretty much like that. So that's a good check. The load case, let's just do these with the full load case. And I could look at deflection. That's the other thing that would be good to look at, deflection. See what that's like. But let's look at the moments first, because I have a feeling there's a mistake with that. Okay, it's about, this is the strong axis moment, ZZ, right? This is the way they define, that's Z, this is Y, and the length of it is X. So so torsion is X. The moment, strong axis moment is is ZZ. Okay, let's apply it. Oh, look at this. What the heck? What are these things? I got end moments. I got several end moments. Okay, both ends of that, and both ends of this. So that means somebody didn't do the releases correctly. I was a little stingy with the releases, apparently. Okay, so you got to go back in and fix those. Let's see. Where were my releases? Specifications, is that right? Let's get a view that we can see here. All right, that one was there. Apparently, what's that? That's blue. That's blue is end. Okay, so that one was blue. What's this? That's green. All right, maybe I'll do them one at a time. That one was blue, assigned to selected. It should just add it on there. and you should see a circle come up. Okay, we got it. Okay, who else is blue? Let me see. That's blue. And that's a little bit difficult to tell. I either put that release or that release, and from that it's a little hard to tell which one I got. I think it was showing this one. This one was the one that was wrong. All right, but that's green. What's this? Come on. That's blue. Okay, and assign. And we should see a little, watch there and see if a little circle comes up. Yeah, it got darker. I think it put a circle on top of a circle. Okay, that looks good. Now, let's try the start. Was this guy. Come on, green. And this one we said was green, right? Green, I hope. If I'm wrong, you'll see the circle come up in the wrong place. So, assign. That put a circle on top of it. This one I missed because I didn't hold my control key down. Okay, try again. Got it. Okay, so we got that. We got that. It seems like this one was also missing, wasn't it? That's a start. Start. Assign. Come on. Assign to selected. Assign. There we go. Got it. Okay, so I think, unless I'm forgetting one still, down here is where we didn't need them. I was thinking, I knew I didn't need them somewhere. That with the pin, I don't think we do need, but the others, okay, so now we've got to go back to the analysis. Whenever you change it, look at this. Hey, let's try this time. Let's save the model first. Save, and then run it. Okay, run analysis. And that ran without giving me any problems, and it says no warning, no errors, just that one little warning. Okay, so we're good there. Now let's go back to our diagrams and see if we got this one right. Oh, I forgot to do the, all right. Loads, none, yes, apply, but you can't see it, unfortunately. View. Hey, nice, huh? Looks like we got it. I think we got them. I don't see any that are in negative end moment, the fixity. Okay, so that was good to check. The other thing that's good to check is deflections. Because if you don't have something connected, or if I had too many hinges, sometimes I put too many hinges and then you'll see this huge deflection. The thing falls apart. Okay, let's check that. So we can take that off and turn on deflections. Either deflections or section displacement. There's not that big of a difference. Okay, apply. And here it's a little bit difficult to see. You can adjust the scales. There's a scale button, and I like to apply immediately, and then you can see it. You can see it happen. So if I go down, it should get bigger. Okay, what do you think? Look good? I mean, that looks right to me. I hope it looks right. Right? There's none that are falling out of the bottom, right? There are none that are going crazy. So that looks okay. We can turn it off, but I don't think I guess we have to. Okay. So it ran correctly. Now what we've got to do is check the member sizes. We ran the analysis, and it found all the the stresses for the members, but it didn't do anything to tell us whether the members pass or fail. STAAD will do that. That's the beauty of this whole thing. If we go here, whoops, be careful. It's bringing up the steel code. No, I don't want the steel code. I want, and it's a little bit hard to find, but there's timber, right? Initially, you don't see it, but it's down there. There it is, timber. Okay, so, and you want it comes up by default is the 1994. That is the one that I decided is the more accurate one, the better one. Okay, so now come down here, select parameters. These are the adjustment factors, and there are not really that many that we need to consider. By default, it's selecting all of them. I don't really need all of them. Beam is one, and that beam has to do with where you select the moments. So I do want beam. Low duration factor, yeah, actually we do need low duration factor. Size factor, yeah, CF, actually we should have CF for the, I forgot, I don't think I put that in the instructions, but that should be on the joists and rafters. Well, let's not worry about CF right now. Who other? Flat use, no moisture factor. Seems like there was the brace length. It'll calculate, look, it'll do the volume factor. Well, I was looking at this last night with the 84 code, it wouldn't do the volume factor. So 94 will do the volume factor. Oh, we should put that in there. All right, volume factor. Well, then maybe I should do the size factor. What the heck? Size factor applicable to tension. No. Size factor applicable to compression. No. Size factor applicable to bending. Okay. Get the right size factor. Okay. And... the bracing. The bracing is in the... I'm bracing the Z-axis, right? That's the axis I want, I believe. Okay, so we'll get that guy. Oh, did it get it? No. What the heck? Oh, I didn't push it over there, I guess. L-U-Z. You have to do that. Okay, now I got it. Okay. Okay, so now you selected them all, now you have to define them all. This one, if you pick 1, it'll take it at 12 points. If you pick 0, it'll only go to the ends. And on the joists, that's going to make a difference, because we have the moments in the middle, not at the ends. On all the other ones, the ends would be fine, because there are all these little segments. But on the rafters, we want 1. So we might as well just do it to 1. For all of them. Okay, so that's good. I don't think we have to change anything there. Low duration factor on the roof. Well, we're going to want 2 of them actually. Okay, we're going to want 0.125 for the roof, and then we're actually going to need another one for the floor. So, that's what did I not add? Okay. Look at that. This one will be for the floors. Okay, I can add them both. And I forgot to add this guy up here. We'll add him too. Okay, and this one is going to be for the joists and rafters. And I said those were going to be 2x10s, right? So this is where it doesn't pick, sometimes it doesn't pick the numbers for you, and you've got to go in here and find it. 2x10 in bending is 1.1. Okay, so that's 1.1. Is that what I got? Okay, add that. CV, oh wow, okay, CV will have to calculate, and that will have to eventually calculate for every single joist. And I gave you that nice little spreadsheet that does that. If you've looked on the web page, where it has exercises and has the stuff about STAAD, there's a little spreadsheet that all you have to do is type in the dimensions and it'll give you CV. So right now I'm going to leave it at 1, but that's got to be changed for every single beam. And this is going to be, there'll be 2, because the rafters, I'm going to brace them at the center. I'm not going to brace them all the way across. I'm just going to imagine X bracing at the center. And that would be a 5-foot span. It is in feet, right? Oh, thank goodness. 5-foot span for the rafters, and a 6-foot span for the joists. Okay, so I got all those. Add. Now I could go in and select all these. I would hope it would, if it holds, I'm not quite exactly certain, but if it holds those without values in the, sorry, man. If I okay. Oh, here it is. It says, do you want to save it? Yes, save it. Okay. Let's look. This is a little bit risky because if I'm wrong, it's going to wipe everything out here. But if I'm right, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to enter these values with the command file. Parameters. No, it didn't put them in there. They're not in there at all. Did I lose them? Oh, good. I didn't lose them. Okay. So some things it doesn't save. It didn't, with the question marks, it didn't save them. Right? Okay, so I got to put in something for these then. That was supposed to be the rafters, right? Rafters, highlight, assign to selected, assign, yes. Okay, so that got it. These will be the joists. Highlight, yes, assign, selected, assign, yes. Okay, got those. Beam 1, that's going to be, I'm going to put that on everything. That's just where you calculate at the middle or at the ends. We're going to calculate at actually 12 points along it, which includes the middle. Assign to everybody. Assign, yes. Okay, that's everybody. CF, this was the 2x10s, right? Okay, so that's going to go to joists, assign to selected, and also rafters, if I can still include them. Not quite sure I can. Let's see. Assign, yeah, I guess, maybe. Okay, hopefully that got them too. Oh, yeah, it did. Got everybody. Okay, CV. Lex initially put it, I'm going to put it on the first one. This is what I've got to go back and calculate. So putting in a value of 1 just means it's not going to be counted, right? If you have the, you know how that goes. It's probably a value of point something, but I don't know. We'll you know, like 0.9, but we'll actually we could make it 0.9. Well, let's just leave it at 1 right now. And then I want to go back in. That I can go back in the other one and change it, beam 1, beam 2, beam 3, beam 4, and make them all different. But right now, okay, let's just do it this way. Selected beams. Got it. Okay. This 5 was going on the rafters. Highlight the rafters. Assign to selected. Assign, yes. And the joist, highlight, assign to selected. Okay, now we got them. Okay, so we got all those things. If I go back in, I could certainly clean that up a little. This code, the AITC, is the 94 code. If you got on the 84 code, it would say timber. It's different. So that, you would think they'd just say 1994, but they don't. They just say AITC. Okay. All right, so I think we've got it now. Let's save it, and let's run it. Sorry. Save. It was just asking me to say yes. Okay, and now run it. Where's my run? Run analysis. Bang. Okay, there, it's coming up over here. Let's hope we don't have any errors. Come on, where's my mouse? Okay, yes. Good job. No errors. That one warning we always get. Now, if I forget to click this button here, I don't know, I can't unclick it, can I? Well, you can do different things. If you forget to click that, you can, I'll show you where it is. Okay, done. That brings up, when you do click it, it brings up this menu here. If you forget to do it, what we just looked at is the analysis. If you hit the analysis, that comes back. So you can always go back to the analysis. It saves it. It saves it, by the way. If you look, it'll give it an ALA, I think, extension. This is, oh crap. All right, be a pain. This is the directory. This is why we make a separate directory, because it makes a flood of files. And that file that I was just looking at is that one right there. It gives it this ANL extension. It is a simple text file, though. If you just change that to TXT, you can read it in a text reader. You can also copy and paste out of it very easily then, which is kind of nice. When you make your report, that might be nice. Okay, let me go back to, where'd my analysis go? Now it's gotten hidden, right? Oh, great. Did I close it? There we go. Okay. So it shows you a lot of stuff. The first thing we want to probably check is let me run to the bottom. This is all the input information. It gives all the forces on every member. Okay, but there are better ways to look at it than in this table. It'll give it to you in nice charts as well. But the one thing that it doesn't put into charts, what the heck, is not in here. Where's my... okay, I specified everything, but I think I forgot to actually analyze it. So, okay, we specified all this. I'm coming back to here. I made one little omission. I forgot to do the code check. You have to say, add the code check. It didn't do a code check. And I want to do a code check. Initially, let's just do a code check on everything. What the heck? It gives you a lot of output, but we can do that. Assign, yes, okay. So now it's going to do a code check on everything. All right, good. Sorry, redo the analysis. Run. Saving. Got to save it. Okay, it saved it. It ran the analysis. Right. This is what I was talking about before. Even if you just say done and forget to click on this, you can still come back to that. Okay, there's that. Now, timber design. Okay, let's go down to there. It gave that one warning. Okay, that's all right. Here's timber design. This is all the way at the very bottom. It's going to tell you member by member whether they pass or fail, right? So here's my member number 1. This is member number 1, wherever the heck that is. That's one of the rafters, I think, up here. It gives you all the specifications for it. Here's CD. Oh, hey, it even got the right CD. We put 125 on there for the roof live load. You can see it should have that other value we put in, CF. Where is it? CP, it's taken, well, that's not being used. Okay, well, I was looking for, oh, this one. Here's the other one that we put on there, the CF factor. Okay, so it did include those two. It pulled this allowable stress out of the table, allowable stresses, or maybe these are already factored. That looks like it's already been factored. The actual stress, somehow I don't see. I see compression, I see bending Y, bending Z, I don't see. Oh, this is CB. I don't know. I don't see it. There's shear. Okay. At any rate, it passed. So you could go through it and check each one that it passed, right? That one passed. Or what might be a little more expedient is to simply search for the word fail. And we could do that. I just hit Control F for find. Find, not PAS. How about find fail? Okay, let's see if any fail. Find next. Oh, here it told me. There is one match. Oh, here it is. Okay, member number 7. It's a glue lam. It fails, and it gives you the ratio how much it fails by. So 1.0 would be just passing. 0.9 would be okay. 1.1 is just failing. So we've got 1.1. It failed by just a little bit. So it looks like that baby's got to be a 21 and a half maybe, or 22, whatever the size was in there. I think it was 22 and a half. They went up by 1.5 inch increments. Okay, so that number 7, we've got to increase the size on it. Was that the only one that failed? Apparently. Oh, nope. 9. Okay, these are probably all in the same beam. 7, 9, 12. They sound like they're pretty close. Another way to see what failed would be to come here, and this is probably even a better way to see. Structure diagrams. Let's turn all those circles off. We don't need that. Design results. If you go to design results, show a diagram of the results. Anything that's passing is 1, is green. Anything that's bigger than green, bigger than 1 is red. Okay, so apply. Let's see where the red ones are. Okay, these guys failed. This one failed. Oh, there were some that failed. This one failed. This one passed. All the joists passed. So everything green passes, everything red failed. So what you got to go back in and do now is make those bigger. And this is where it's a little bit easier because I'm just going to mark on a piece of paper which ones are failing. Okay, so I can do it. So this guy, Oh, that's just both ends of the same one. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of funny that they're failing at the end. That would be a shear failure, right? That's not a moment failure. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I just want to make it thicker, not deeper. I didn't expect that. Okay, always something interesting here. All right, but they failed in shear. It looks like you could go back and check that. If we went back, maybe we should. I'm almost.
Can we check also the thickness and also make those bigger and check all of those?
Yeah. You could make them all thicker, but you don't need the others passed. We don't need to make them thicker. Let me find my fail. Find next. I want to see what failed. Here the actual, yeah, it is the shear that failed. Look at this. The actual is 70 and the allowable is 63. By golly, so they're failing in shear? Okay, somehow I'm surprised, but all right, let's go back and fix them. Command file, and this is where the payoff is from having gone through all the trouble to do it like this. It makes it very easy to change it here in the command file. All I got to do is change the numbers, and I'm going to just make them a little bit thicker and see if that does it. I'm in Western species. I could make, they were 5 1/8. We could go to 5 1/2 or 6 3/4. Let's just, it would probably be better to do it 5 1/2 and see if it passed, but all right, let's just do it 5 1/2. What the heck? And those members were, now I got to find somewhere we got a sheet that says what they were. That's beam 5. Okay, so beam 5, we'll bump him up to 1/2, and beam 2, bump him up to 1/2. Okay, and the rest of them were good. Now I may eventually want to go, I've still got to put, the correct CV value on those. I haven't done that yet. I've got, and this, I could take those numbers out and replace them with the names, and I could make it beam 1, beam 2, and beam 3, and that would make it very easy to change the CV value, right? So that would be, it's just a matter of, like, you pick that and you just say, like that, replace it. And really I should go through and replace all those numbers and then get the right CV values. But let's kind of run out of time, so I don't want to do that right now. All right, so we can save this. Oops. So what I screw up? Probably should have taken that word members out, I think. Group name not defined. Gratters. What? Okay, how did I manage to do that? Can you take me there? Okay. Somebody can't spell. It's a little bit difficult when I can't see what I'm spelling. Okay. Rafters. All right. See if it's happy with that. Save. Close. Nice that it catches your mistakes at least like that. Okay. Analysis. Run analysis. It's running. It says it ran. Okay. Done. Let's go. Let's look at it again in the picture so we can see what's going on here. Oop. There we go. Diagrams. Show me. Well, it's better, right? There were 2 there and now there's 1. So it got a little bit better, but we got to make it up to the 3/4. So that didn't quite do it, but we're doing the right thing. Go back, change. So it should have been 6 3/4. Yeah. Okay. Is that right? 657. No. All right. Try that. 75. Okay. Okay, so that should get that guy. Those were the only 2 that were failing. Okay, so now I'm pretty certain we got it. Don't need that. And analysis, run analysis. It's running. It ran. There weren't any mistakes. It didn't like me doing that. Okay. Done. Let's see if we got all our passing design results. Show, apply. Any red? Ah! Okay, we got rid of those. Okay. We got rid of it, so that one's okay, but this guy is still right there. It's the heaviest shear. That'd be the heaviest reaction, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's beam 2. Man. Okay, how much time? We're already over time, and I didn't get to show you. Well, okay, so I'd have to go back and do that. The other thing I didn't get a chance to show you that I wanted to, if you go to post-processing, maybe we'll have to do this when we come back. I guess we will. There is a function here that writes reports for you, which is what you're going to have to do with this eventually. So first you can say okay to this, I guess, and then it'll take you through, you can check. This is a good place to check the amount of deflection. I didn't do that before, but it's only got 1 inch deflection max. Okay, that's about right. And then there's a function that writes reports. Okay, that I'm not getting to come up right. Okay. Something I'm not clicking here. Reports, here we go. Reports. And it'll generate, and this is like a little menu that asks you what you want in the report. And then it creates this nice little report for you. So you can put in all your node numbers, you select it, you add it, you select it, maybe the sections, beams might have been good. If you get them out of order, you can adjust the order. You can have output also. Okay, load cases, we've got all those. We haven't taken any pictures, but anything that comes up on the screen, you can capture the screen, it makes a picture, and you can put the picture in the report. So I tell you what, we're out of time now, but when we come back, when are we coming back? Tuesday, March something. We'll pick up, I think we'll pick up here, and I'll go through the report and try it out a little bit, and if you run into any issues, then maybe we can spend that Tuesday and try to answer some questions if you've got any. And
March 8th.
Huh?
8th of March.
8th of March we'll be back. Okay.